Hello, one and all. This is Luckless Lovelocks. Welcome back to 999, and this is it. This is the final path that we have to go down. Well, actually, not really. It's not really true. We're gonna get one of two endings down this final path. So there's still a couple more endings we're gonna need to experience. It's gonna be fun trying to figure out how to get those, which I will try to do on my own. If I need help from you guys, I'll turn on the comments and ask you. But I'm gonna do my best to try to find them on my own. And I'm still looking forward to seeing how this path is going to end. So let's go, without further ado, through door number 6.
I want to go through door 6.
Junpei flipped open the piece of paper. It read, Junpei, door 6. Of course it did. He'd written it, after all.
That's a problem.
June spoke, barely above a whisper, but they all knew what she'd said.
None of these teams will be able to go through the doors they want.
Clover and I chose door 1.
Lotus and I chose door 2.
That's not enough people to open a numbered door, however.
The digital routes don't match up either.
We've got similar problems. Junpei and I want to go through door 6. But our digital route is 5. If we're gonna open that door, we need a 1.
Damn, what are we gonna do now?
What are we going to do?
Guess we're gonna have to change things up then, won't we? Junpei crossed his arms and did his best to put his thoughts in order. The others followed suit, but with little result. Just the standard moment. Eventually Clover broke the silence.
Why don't Seven and Lotus go through door 1 with me?
Her face was cold and flat, as was her voice, but her logic was sound. Seven and Lotus looked at each other. 7 plus 8 plus 4 equals 19. 1 plus 9 equals 10. 1 plus 0 equals 1, of course. The first problem resolved, Ace spoke up.
What about me?
Isn't that obvious? Wasn't one of the teams just complaining that they didn't have a 1?
You mean I should join Santa's team?
Yes.
Clover nodded, her face still cold and emotionless. Her attitude and posture could not have been more different than the energetic girl of only a few hours before. No one seemed ready to contradict her. Her response was understandable, given the horrible situation in which she had found herself. But even so...
I understand. I'll go through door 6 then. If we do as Clover has suggested, we can all pass through a numbered door and no one will be left behind. This seems to be the most reasonable solution.
3 plus 6 plus 5 plus 1 equals 15. 1 plus 5 equals 6.
7. Lotus. What do you guys think?
I don't have a problem with it.
These two aren't really getting along, though.
Me either.
Oh, okay, alright.
Alright then. We're good to go.
See you later.
Wait, Clover! Don't move on your own!
Oh, I'll be going too then.
Yeah. Be careful.
We should get going as well.
At last, Junpei and the 6 had managed to separate themselves into 2 teams. Clover, 7, and Lotus headed to A deck, where door 1 was near the main staircase. Junpei, June, Ace, and Santa, however, took the elevator to E deck. The ride to E deck was a silent one.
This is E deck.
There should be a door at the end of the hall.
Alright, let's go.
Santa's words jolted them to action, and they stepped out of the elevator into a long, straight hallway. Before long, they arrived in front of door 6.
Here it is. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Then let's get to it.
Are you ready? One by one, they put their palms over the red. Here we go again! With a soft electronic noise, it authenticated each of them. The door opened. And all at once, the four of them leapt through it.
Hey, I found it! It's right there!
Fortunately, the dead was located easily enough. This one had been placed quite close to the door they'd entered through. They gathered around it quickly and hurriedly placed their palms on it for authentication one by one. Oh.
It stopped.
I can't get over these moments. They're funny to me.
Yes, it stopped.
The countdown had ceased, but Junpei's heart was still pounding in his chest like a frantic, thunderous drum. It felt as though it might shake itself up and out of his throat.
Whew. I don't believe I'll ever get used to that.
I'm not sure it's something I'd want to get used to. We should finish this game before imminent death becomes a normal thing.
I've heard this before.
You got that right. Once I'm out of this hellhole, I'm taking a nice long vacation.
I agree.
With that, the doom and gloom from before was done, and the mood turned somewhat lighter.
All right, let's go.
Now, Santa went down this path, I think, in the first run. So I think we might find a gun here. I'm gonna guess. With that attempt at good humor, Junpei took a deep breath and began to walk. He jogged down the stairs at the end of the hallway and found himself staring at a large door.
This door looks heavy.
But it's not locked. I'm opening it.
He took hold of the bar that served as its doorknob and shoved it down. The room beyond stopped him in his tracks. Whoa. I did not expect that. Wow, that's a huge opening. It was gargantuan and made entirely of metal. None of the accents of wood or tile he'd seen in the rest of the ship. This room was purely functional, but utterly tremendous. Is this the engine room, maybe? It's got these weird staircases.
Whoa, what the hell is this?
Santa got out a few words before awe stole the rest of them. The rest were too stunned to offer anything more than gasps.
This has to be the biggest room so far. The ceiling is pretty high, too.
Huh. Could be 2 stories, maybe even more.
This space could be utilizing the entire length of the ship.
What's that huge Kamaboko-looking building in the middle?
No idea what a kamaboko is. June pointed to the massive building in the center.
Kamaboko? Well, I guess that's as good of a description of it as any.
Junpei and the others were standing on scaffolding that crisscrossed the whole area. The proper term was catwalk, Junpei thought, although that didn't seem particularly important.
I see stairs, so we may as well head over to them.
Yeah, but this section's barely wide enough to fit one person.
You're right.
Nearby was a long iron staircase that made its way, eventually, to the floor beneath them.
Whoa, you can't even tell the shape when you're this close.
Let's check out the other side, too.
They moved around toward the opposite side of the massive building, following the catwalk. They hadn't said much as they walked, but as they approached the building, Ace suddenly spoke up.
This looks to be the steam engine room.
The steam engine room?
That's what I thought.
Yes, that thing that looks like a cross-section of a mushroom is the boiler. Do you see the 3 round doors near the bottom? Coal is put into those and burned, which heats the water, producing steam. The same thing that drives a steam engine. This one is simply somewhat larger.
I see.
Somewhat larger.
It doesn't appear to be running right now.
The entire room was silent as the grave.
All right, let's split up.
Then all of a sudden, Junpei heard a noise behind him. He turned, just in time to see June collapse to her knees.
Hey, what's wrong? Are you all right?
He's having those issues again. He dashed toward her and wrapped his arm around her shoulders to steady her.
Hey, June.
It was then that he noticed.
Junpei,
Oh, you're really warm. Is your fever coming back?
yes, it probably is. But I'm fine. Please, don't worry about me. I just need to rest. And I'll be fine.
Her voice was weak and forced, and it said a great deal more than her words did.
Okay. Here, sit down. Careful.
Junpei carried her to the nearest wall and propped her up against it. She let her head fall back against the wall, as if she no longer had the strength to support it, and drew a ragged breath.
Thank you.
Her eyes were empty, as if she was having trouble focusing them, and even speaking seemed difficult for her. Junpei felt his hand ball itself into a fist and clench tight, his knuckles whitening. He had to find out, and quickly. He turned and looked at Ace and Santa in turn.
Ace, Santa.
Yes.
Right.
They might not have shared the depth of his emotion, but they certainly shared his concern.
All right, let's get started. Hang in there, June. I'm gonna get you out of here real soon.
She managed a small nod before leaning back to rest her head on the wall. This looks like a serious escape. What? There's like all these different parts of this area. The steam engine room. So you have to get the engine going, maybe? Nothing. It's a square hole. Nothing in here. Ah, look at the back wall there. I can see 3 small slots. Terminals for some sort of connector, perhaps? You mean you think we're supposed to plug something in here? Perhaps. Look at that button. It's glowing orange, right? It's gotta mean something. I guess pressing it is the best way to find out if it does anything, Santa. Nothing. So we're gonna have to put something in here. Press the button, I'm assuming. Small square door. I'd say this is probably here to move coal from place to place. It probably comes from over there. Then the belt carries it down the tunnel and out here. So if the conveyor belt was moving, yes, the coal would almost certainly come out here. Okay. Tunnel. Goes all the way across the ship. This pillar goes up toward the ceiling. Gotcha. Weird things here, weird bits. Already got that. It's not conveying anything. Gotcha. Okay, what's over here? Golden gear. Doesn't look like it was always golden like this. Well then, I imagine it was prepared especially for this game. This gear is rusty, but it looks like it's still pretty sturdy. The conveyor belt runs into a sort of arched tunnel. Looks like there's a door over here in this tunnel. The belt over there must deliver the coal, which is then picked up and thrown into this door. The door appears to be welded shut, however. So that's it for here. huge bronze gear. This has to be important. Rusty boat still looks pretty serious. So same kind of thing. I assume there's going to be a silver gear. A silver gear. Do you think it's made of pure silver? No way. Silver's way too soft to use for a gear. It's got to be a steel or iron gear that's been coated with silver. Oh. Shouldn't have called it a silver gear then. Shouldn't have got your hopes up. What are you thinking, you'd haul this thing back? Funny they didn't say this about the gold gear. Nah, but I think 7 could probably carry it, don't you? Rusted shut, same kind of thing. Conveyor, okay, that's the tunnel. There's a pair of wooden boxes here. There's nothing in them. Look, Ace! It's some kind of snowman secret meeting. Great. Those are just bags full of sand. You use them as a counterweight when you're lifting something with a pulley system. Man, you're too serious. He's a bit serious, isn't he? Is that it? Pillar like this on the other side. Yeah, you're right. It's just that again. What is this? Given its placement, this must unlock the door to the left. There's a weird indentation on the top of this thing. You think that means you have to insert something here? Yes, I would imagine so. It looks like silver, gold, and bronze. I think this looks like this thing unlocks the door. There's a depression here that looks like it's the outline of 3 circles laid on top of each other in a triangle. There's a thick iron door blocking your way. You think this is... Yes. It looks like the exit. Looks like this door slides up into the ceiling. Okay, so we need to get those discs. There are a number of wooden boxes piled up at the bottom of the stairs. I'm assuming that's what they are, some kind of disc. They're all empty. Oh man, Junpei, I can't believe I missed something so important. What's so important? Look at those stairs. Look at them carefully. That gap. That height. That angle. It's perfect. Perfect. Perfect for what? What is he talking about? Whatever, just bring Clover here right now. Tell her she needs to walk up and down these stairs. What? Huh? Clover's not here. What the hell is he talking about? Wants to... Not even gonna comment on that. The catwalk on the upper floor. There's a staircase that reaches out from the catwalk to the boiler. What is this? Is this where we came in? Okay. This is a really big area. I'm getting a bit confused as to what we're looking at. This is the tunnel, right? Number of these little windows along the inside of this thing. I think you're supposed to put coal in through these, but they're welded shut. I don't think we can get these open. Man, this thing is huge. I guess a ship this big needs something like that to power it. True, but I doubt a single boiler of this size could actually move a ship like this at any reasonable speed. You need at least 4 of these. Huh? I guess you know a lot about boats, huh? Well, not really. It's just common sense, you know? Fair enough, I wouldn't know. Stairs stretch from the catwalk to the boiler. Okay, what have I... I was gonna say, what have I missed? These open up. I believe this opening is for fueling the furnace. If we were to put some coal in here and ignite it, then the steam engine might start working. Certainly possible. Okay, where do we get the coal then? Must have missed something. I have no inventory. Huge oven for the spoiler. There are 3 open areas in it. Each of the open areas has a gear in it. Gotcha. Can't look at those doors. There's a barrel under the stairs. Sweet. Fortunately, it's empty. I can go upstairs. Oh, there we go. That's what I was trying to get to. Some kind of machine here. This slider is down. Well, let's see if I can get this thing to go anywhere. Oh, man. Oh, dice. This thing isn't going anywhere. What if I pull this one down? 3 sliders on the left are down, but this one is up. There are a number of lines engraved in these. I suspect we are meant to do something rather specific with them. Junpei, why don't you move that slider down? Well, there's no harm in trying, I suppose. Nothing, Nothing happened. Maybe it needs to be prepared somehow? You're saying if we did something somewhere else, it would respond somehow. Yes, I suppose that's one way of putting it. Making it very clear that we're not ready to do anything with this. These 2 columns are different from the others. The lights are red. This is the door we came in through when we entered the steam engine room. I noticed there was like a sign down there. No, so these won't move. Oh, we can go up. Jeez, this is a complicated room. One of the doors on the furnace. There's an A on it. There's a circular wheel in the center of the door. Alright, let's give that sucker a twist. Well, it's noisy, but it opens. And it's totally pitch black in there. We should, go in here? Alright. Let's go. This looks just like the door we went into. Where are we? We must be on the other side, yes? Which would put us directly above the conveyor belt. At any rate, we should keep moving. There's a great deal we've yet to investigate. So confused. Okay, so we went through a door just like this on the other side. Gotcha. There's B. What's over here? There are a number of boxes on the catwalk. I don't think we can go over there. That's just blocking our way. Letting us know that we shouldn't go that way. Well, anyways, looks like that's the pipe. Looks like the bottom connects to the conveyor belt housing. Then coal must come out of this pipe onto the conveyor belt. In other words, there must be a great deal of coal in that pipe. Boxes blocking the way, okay. Can't get through. Try one of these other doors. Oh, that's how we can get to the other side. It looks like a hand-operated winch. But it doesn't look like there's any way to operate it. That means the wheel isn't attached. Oh, I see. I think we're supposed to attach something here. Oops. June's resting underneath it. Okay. Well, to be exact, she's really kind of to the left, not straight below it. I guess that's not really an important detail right now. Anyway, we should be directly above the corner of the conveyor belt here. Could be important if she's underneath it and something falls on her. It's a wooden box on the end of the rope hanging from the winch. It looks like there's something in the box. Maybe the coal that we need. We need to get that down. Go through here. Let's see what's on the other side of B. Oh, there's the handle we need. All right, let's give this wheel a spin. What? That's weird. I don't feel any resistance. Gah! Ah, shit! I thought that might happen. It's a wheel that seems to be part of the winch. There are some pegs on the back that look like they go into the holes on the winch. Okay. Good job, genius. You broke it. I didn't break it. It broke all by itself. Back. Around. Back. Let's see. Yep. The hand-operated winch. There's no wheel to turn. Oh, yeah. I've got the wheel I pulled off the other winch, don't I? See if it fits. Sweet. It's a perfect fit. They were made for each other. Not shaky at all. Good. I should be able to turn this now. Good work, Junpei. We should be able to haul up the wooden box now. You see the wooden box? It's under the catwalk. Can you see it? It's hanging for the... I get it. It looks like there's some sort of device in the box. I'm not sure what it is. At any rate, you might as well turn that wheel now. I'm counting on you. It's like, there's really something important in there. Do you see it? Do you see it? Are you sure you see it? I think there's something in there you really need to use. Can I turn it? All right, I'll turn the wheel. Huh? What's this? What happened? This wheel only turns to the left. It only turns to the left. It means we can't reel up that rope. Yeah. We can only let the rope down. Interesting. I don't think that will be a problem. We simply need to go downstairs after letting the wooden box down. I'll be counting on you, Junpei. Sure thing, no sweat. It's some of the most awkward dialogue we've experienced.
I believe the box has reached the floor.
Yeah.
He stuck his head out over the side of the catwalk and looked down. The box had only recently hung just below the catwalk, now sat on the floor. It had come to rest near the end of the tunnel that covered the conveyor belt.
June's down over by there.
Junpei could see her, still leaning against the wall, as if she barely had the strength to sit up. Even from so far away, it was not difficult to see that she had not improved. He almost thought he could see heat rising from her body. Yikes.
She doesn't seem to be improving.
Ace's expression was inscrutable, but he'd said what they had all been thinking.
Well, of course not. She's not gonna just get better right away, you know? It'll take time.
He tried desperately to convince himself that what he'd said was true.
What could be causing this, I wonder? Illness, perhaps?
Nah, it's gotta be exhaustion.
Santa's response was confident and certain.
She gets dropped into some weird-ass ship, forced to play some messed-up game. If you think about it, it's a lot weirder that we aren't freaking out just like her, you know?
So you're saying we're abnormal?
Yeah. We're just running around this room, solving all these puzzles like it's just business as usual. How the hell could you call that normal? We're just guinea pigs.
Santa snorted in disgust.
A guinea pig? You mean like a lab rat? You mean we're being used for some sort of experiment?
Kind of get that impression.
Is that what you're saying?
Dunno. But it does seem like a possibility, you know?
They stood there for a few more minutes, no one speaking, until Santa turned and walked away from the winch. Junpei and Ace followed him.
You know, speaking of experiments...
We're going to find out what Santa has to say on the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. This is Lovelocks signing off for now. Looking forward to seeing how this path ends. And I love you all.